Don't you know being desperate can lead to devastating situations? But what's crazy is that before you get into them situations, there's people trying to help you make the right decisions, but it always gets negated. They will spend hours throughout the night giving you the right kind of advice, but it's never taken until something gets taken. You know frustration can lead to desperation, then desperation can lead to irritation, then irritation can lead to separation, and depending on who you're in relationship with will determine if that separation can lead to somebody's face ache. You ignored the signs because you said he was good looking and fine. So when he would snap over a gameplay, whether it was Madden or 2K, you paid it no mind because you liked his sneakers, his clothes. You know, his compliments was your confidence. It put you on cloud nine. You like the way he spent his money. You like the car that he drive. Plus, you said he was good in bed and y'all was having sex all the time. But you ignored the fact that he would talk all crazy and say things inside of line. You ignored the fact that he would get jealous and full of rage when he saw you talking to other guys. You didn't want to remember his temper, how he would fight somebody at the drop of a dime because you was like, as long as he don't put his hands on me, then I'm fine. But you forgot how it stretched your mind whenever y'all start arguing because he'd cut you off, he'd do all the talking, plus he would never admit that he was ever wrong. You remember that time he got mad, balled his fist, but instead of hitting you, he punched the wall? You forgot about the times he would talk about his gun or how he would get drunk and start walling at the club, how he became aggressive and overly possessive, never really wanted you to go out with your friends or have any fun. Remember that time he snapped when he saw you talking to your male cousin and he ran up on you and was like, what, you want him? Y'all had sex or something? Then you looked at him and was like, why you tripping and bugging? Then he grabbed you by the arm, rushed you out the place, slammed you on the wall, then he punched you in the face. You said y'all was through, couldn't believe that he hit you. He said that he was sorry and he deeply missed you. He said he'll never do it again, and you believed him. So here's where the cycle begins, because then he start acting like the man of your dreams, start saying and doing things that you couldn't believe. I mean, he'd take you out to eat, new clothes, got your hair done. He kept you looking clean. Plus, on top of all that, he bought you a promise ring, but couldn't promise a thing. See, I call that there selective amnesia. So you want to remember all the material things, but then forgetting how he would beat you. You want to remember all the treats, but then forget how he would treat you. You want to remember the few times he made you your main feature, but then forget how he swelled up your facial features. You want to remember the few times when you said, I know he loves me, but then forget about all the times you felt low, dirty, and ugly, and the times he messed with your self-esteem and made you believe nobody want me, and you had to stay stuck. You want to remember the few times he made you grin, but then forget about all the times you had to lie to your family and friends, saying things like, is he hitting me? Oh, you kidding me? Those bruises, we be play fighting. He just be punching and kicking me. Oh, I don't need no ride. I'm good. He's going to get me. But he's out with his friends, and you like, I know he ain't coming to get me. See, in order for it to be physical, it first got to start off verbal and mental. Think about it. How many times he got loud and you thought he was going to hit you? Or you stayed home oppressed, stressed, and depressed, feeling so pitiful. Or in public, you had to act like you loved him, but you knew that relationship was so miserable. Or the times you even chilled with him and you still felt invisible. But it makes sense to you. You feel like you need him. But how many times you beg for him to stop going out and leaving? Huh? How many times you beg for him to stop smoking and drinking? How many times you done gave him money, you was left starving, but he's eating? How many times you really caught him cheating? But you refuse to leave him because you think it's your fault and you think you in the wrong. Plus, you hoping to God you'll never end up like your mom. See, your mom got around without a man in her life, but you was like, bump that, I'm going to be somebody's wife. But let me tell you why your mom never dealt with no man, because she left and ran once she felt his backhand. Here's something to understand. I hope this fixed your sight. Y'all remember that superstar couple, Tina and Ike? I mean, everybody wanted their life. They always had the spotlight. So behind closed doors, it was hell on sight. So the Bible is right. Whatever is hidden will be brought to the light. So if you out there beating your lady, I hope this gets you tight. And I hope you listen tight. If you got children, the day is coming when they see you fight. And if you got a daughter, I pray to God you treating women nice. Because you could be the reason your daughter meet Mr. Right. or meet Mr. Right. Don't you dare tell me you love your daughter and your mom if you're being verbally, mentally, and physically abusive. Because if you saw a man treating your mom or daughter the way you treat your lady, you probably get mad and shoot him. Think about Chris Brown and Rihanna, Robin Givens and Mike Tyson. Women, why do you go after these guys with quick tempers and like fighting? Then be surprised when they blacken both of your eyes. Well, here's no surprise. My wife makes me angry. Sometimes she makes me want to flip. But I promise you this, she'd never feel my backhand or even know how hard I can hit. I promise you this, she'd never feel these 4 knuckles on this fist, so ladies, just quit. I'm sick of hearing the same story. You would bypass that dude who, who's calm and cool. You say he's corny, but go after the dude that gets you aroused, knowing that he's rude, and you say that's the one that's for me. You'll call the dude lame because he ain't got no name brands and he ain't ask you your name, but then go down the lane of the dude who's hollering at you like, yo, come here, shorty. To me, that's corny. A manipulating person, he hides behind his speech. Don't believe him, because in his heart is full of deceit. Well, that's saying on the outside he's good, but the inside he's harsh. Yes, his speech may be charming. Don't believe him, because there's a lot of evil in his heart. If he's cussing you out, punching you, stumping you, and shoving you, he is not in love with you, so erase that thought. But if you're in that situation and you hate it and you hesitating to walk, every time you move, you just make yourself stop because you feel like if he's not in your life, you'll be torn apart and you'll feel lost. If that is you, pray, reach out. I guarantee there's somebody out there that listens to you talk. But listen, they're going to open the door for you, but it's going to be up to you to walk.